Hello, my name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog and you're watching another Happy Mail Penpal mail tutorial. But before I actually start this tutorial, I want to share some things with you. The first thing is that I have created a new playlist that is on my front page on YouTube, which contains all of my personal favorite videos that I've done that you might have actually missed. Second thing is, of course, which probably you already know, you can follow me on Instagram at ThePaperLetterBlog, and if you created something that is inspired by one of my videos, you can use hashtag ThePaperLetterBlog to get featured in my videos. Don't click away at the end of this video because you're going to see some of the latest in the hashtag ThePaperLetterBlog page. Then last but not least, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my Twitch channel because I'm hoping to in the future do some live streams there. Quick little notifications there, but now let's get into the actual mail. Yeah, so on my channel we have opening PO Box mail 27.1, and in that video I show you mail I have received from Isabel, and then I told you that that mail inspired me to make something myself, and that is actually this project because I made this at the beginning of January of this year, which is also why I do not particularly like the lighting here because, you know, the daylight lamp, I'm still getting used to it. It's a little bit bright in my opinion, but I've heard from multiple people that they actually quite like it, so I'm probably too critical. But yeah, I made this project inspired by her mail. I did not actually use any measurements, or I did not actually model it directly after her mail because when I filmed this I still had not officially opened her mail for the PO Box opening video. Well, I hope that sentence made sense, but I actually left her mail in the envelope, but I just recreated it kind of from memory, and then of course I gave it my own spin. So my measurements are quite different from hers, but I think you could do this any way you like. Excuse me. I'm just gonna leave that in the voiceover because it sounds kind of funny, but sneezes. Where was I? Completely lost. Oh hey, of course a cat is joining me now. Sage, are you gonna say anything? Well, Sage might not have said anything, but I did say quite a lot. Let me first talk about this mail a little bit because I do not actually have measurements for you. As always, I think it's best for you to just play around with it and think about what you want to include. Do you want to put your letter in there or some goodies, or do you want to put some tea, or do you just want to do decorations and then create the measurements you like? What I did, as you could see, is I just measured a page like the same length and the same wide width. Still don't know how to pronounce that. Then I divided that into 9 squares, and I cut off the 4 squares that were at the corner so that you're left with a row in the middle and a row in the middle from top to bottom and a row in the middle from left to right. You just saw it. I hope that makes sense. And then what I did is I had all of these 5 squares the exact same size. What would have in hindsight probably been better is to see which pages you want to be on the inside, like fold in first and make them a teeny tiny bit smaller, like trim off 1 millimeter of the edges of the pages just so that you can more easily fold these closed, because I did not do that. My pages are all the same size and it does make it a little bit harder to fold. And then the last thing you also don't want to do is put in too many goodies because you do still want it to be able to close, of course. And now I'm going to decorate it, and I'm using paper punches to make a little collage of that leftover paper. I also forgot to say that that paper pad on the left is once again from Action, which is a store, a dollar store or a euro store we have here in the Netherlands. It has like paper die cuts, stickers and vellum quotes. It's very cute, very affordable. If you are ever near an Action store, I definitely recommend you go check it out. And this one has like Falkland theme, which I thought was quite cute because I made it at the beginning of January, so it was not technically fall anymore, and this is not technically a fall themed project, but I just really thought these mushrooms and forest animals were very cute, okay? And I have so many supplies, especially from Action, and I forget to use them. So then I decided it was once again time to use one of these books. And I wanted to use this one, even though it's a little teeny tiny bit on the fall side. I'm just not much of a winter crafter, so you know, you can use this for any season if you ask me. But like I said, I've already done a great deal of talking because I have once again done this voiceover multiple times and then deleted it, even though in the previous voiceover I did, like the last one I recorded for this video before this one, I said that I would leave the voiceover in, and the reason why is because I did not like the voiceover that much. And what I usually do, and what I've done this time as well, is delete it and start over. And I wouldn't say that I'm a perfectionist, maybe a little bit, maybe a lot more than I care to admit, but uploading something that I'm not 100% happy with is definitely not something I like doing. So that is actually why I think it would be a good challenge for me, because I can be, like, uploading videos is scary. It will always be scary, a little bit scary, also fun, like the reward is high. And I mean high as in the reward is high because I have you lot, not because I make so much money with it, but the reward that I like, the people I meet and everything, that makes it all worthwhile, and the positive feedback I get, that sort of stuff. So that's what makes it scary but worthy. But it will always be scary, and I can be quite vulnerable on here because I tell you guys about my anxiety, I tell you about my therapy, I tell you about my medication, I don't know, I tell you about my fear of failure, all those kind of things. But what I never actually do is be vulnerable. How do I say this? I am very vulnerable on my videos, but I'm never vulnerable. I cannot say that word too many times, it starts to sound weird. I never expose myself. No, I do. And this sentence is starting to sound weirder and weirder. I'm gonna try and finish it now because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense anymore. But what I never do is upload something that I feel could fail. No, that sounds weird. But like what I was doing with the voiceover before is kind of stumbling. I wouldn't say failing. I wasn't failing, I was just not as happy with it as I would have liked. And that is something I never do online. And now you might think, well, Vivian, that's not such a big deal, is it? But it is to me, because I don't know, I don't like exposing my flaws almost. And that is exactly the reason why I thought I should try it. I should upload an imperfect voiceover for once. And I'm not saying that all of my other voiceovers are perfect, no, far from it, but I'm okay with things being far from perfect if I feel okay with it. And this time I wasn't feeling okay, and it actually made me a little bit anxious thinking about uploading it. So that's why I thought it would be a good learning experience, but I decided not to do it. But I am deciding to turn this into a learning experience anyway by telling you about it, which might not be the same as exposing my flaws, but it might be, I don't know, a little bit the same, I guess. I really hope this makes sense. I guess to a lot of people it might not make sense. A lot of people are, like, probably, let's say 75% of people are only here for the mail. No, that's too high. Let's say 60%. 65? I don't know. 60% of people are only here to look at my mail, but I know that the remaining 40% is also here to listen to my rambling. And oh yeah, what I did, by the way, in the background, I do have to explain this, is I printed a quote I really liked, and that actually, now that I look at it, is so applicable to this exact story. That's kind of crazy. It's a quote I really liked. I found it on Pinterest, and it says, "If you stumble, make it part of the dance." hello, is that applicable or what? I did not actually remember. If you stumble, make it part of the dance. But I printed it because I wanted to try and mimic the lettering. My hand lettering is not that good, so I thought if I could look at an example, it might be easier. So that's what I did, and then I drew it in pencil and I lettered it, kind of. So this is not my own quote, this is not my own style, and I printed that with my little faux memo printer. Not sponsored, I just received that printer for free, but it's not sponsored. And I don't know, this quote is actually I don't know, it kind of freaks me out, but it's so perfect, it's so applicable. If you stumble, make it part of the dance. Usually if I stumble on this channel, I will sort of embrace it, whether it's with crafting. Yeah, usually it's with crafting. If I stumble, if I make a mistake with the crafting, I will just embrace it and work with it, because I know that for a lot of people that is very recognizable. I mean, we all make mistakes in our crafting. We all glue our envelopes upside down. We all sometimes glue all 4 sides of a pocket shut. Or is that just me? I don't know. But when I stumble in the voiceover or in my personal stories, I do not make it part of the dance. I just delete the entire dance and start all over. And I think I do want to continue doing that because, well, this is not my job, it's my hobby. Very much so, it's very much my hobby. I had another one of those comments a little while ago on one of my wax sealing videos that was complaining about how inefficient I was and how messy and how insecure. This person even got angry because I was insecure. I mean, hello. And then that once again made me realize just how much more this is my hobby, not my job. Because I don't know, it made me not angry, but I got a little bit annoyed. Like, hello, like if this was if I was a service you had to pay for, then yeah, you can complain. But this is a video you can watch for free. You literally do not pay me anything, and yet you're making an official complaint as if I am a business, not a hobbyist on a YouTube channel. So yeah, but what was I saying? Yeah, I am going to continue deleting my voiceovers if I do not like them, because I do not want, I want the quality the quality of this channel to remain a certain level, and I can only do that if I work hard and improve, and if I change things, and if I learn. And redoing voiceovers is part of that learning curve, because also now, like the first time I did this voiceover, like 3 voiceovers ago, I was not happy, but I took some of the things from that first story that I liked, and I turned it into a story that I was or am sort of happy with. So I'm going to leave this one in for real this time. I feel less anxious when I say that than when I did the previous one. I don't know, is there a moral in the story? Probably. The moral of the story is if you stumble, make it part of the dance. I think, here, this is another stumble. I use those pretty cork stickers, but it's very crooked and it falls apart, and then I just decide to throw it away and take a new one. Did I make it part of the dance? I don't know. Did I replace the dance entirely? Definitely, but it looks a lot better, and I quite like those little cork stickers. But yeah, that's the moral of the story. And it's okay to... I'm also going to tell myself that it's okay to delete voiceovers and delete certain parts if you're embarrassed or something. But I also think that, especially for me, and I know many of you out there, it's also important not to be too harsh on ourselves, because I also know that 60% of people are here just for watching this video. Might even have me on mute, who knows. And then I also know that probably 80%, is that too high? 75% of people are okay with my stories, whether they are coherent or not. whether they are about this meal or about my personal life. At least that's what I tell myself. I really hope that is true. So what we have done so far is obviously make a whole lot of little collages, mainly with the die cuts from that paper pad. We've created a little pocket on the right, which I'm going to fill with some stickers. We've made a washi tape sample. We have a little slot for a tea that I really like. We have a quote in the middle. Did I forget something? My initial idea was to also put the letter in here, but that is never going to work because it's already so fat. But that's okay. These are the stickers I'm going to end up putting in there. It's like botanical wreath. My stumbling word. Wreath. My wreath stickers. The things I cannot pronounce are wreath and enamel dots. What else? I probably have a couple more. But yeah, this is how this meal turned out. Don't click away yet, because we are still going to watch those pictures that were submitted to the hashtag ThePaperLetterBlog page, like the PaperLetterBlog hashtag on Instagram. The stupid thing is, don't ask me why, but the PaperLetterBlog hashtag is censored now. Like the top page does not actually show any pictures because they are not consistent with the Instagram guidelines or something. But if you click the most recent, then you can luckily still see them. But not on the computer, only on my phone. I don't know why that is. Like, as if one of my subscribers has uploaded something illegal to the PaperLetterBlog hashtag. I don't think so, because it's not that many pictures yet. I mean, I check very regularly. Nothing weird, no nude pictures. So I don't know why Instagram would feel the need to ban us. But yeah, please do, if you make something that was inspired by my videos or by anything else, use the hashtag ThePaperLetterBlog. Use the PaperLetterBlog hashtag. I would love to see that. Now it's time to check out these pictures. Some of them are from the PaperLetterBlog hashtag and some I was tagged in. I really hope you enjoyed this video, these pictures, this rambly story, and I will see you again very, very soon. Hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to see my new videos, or else I'll just see you on Friday. Bye bye.